If your dog is ignoring you, it's going to be because of these reasons in this video, so make sure you pay attention if you want a better relationship with your dog. If you ask your dog to do something and they don't, well, you're throwing a word out there and hoping it sticks, basically. And that's like calling somebody by the wrong name and then getting upset that they don't respond to you. It's really, really important that you guys understand these fundamentals in this video. If you want your dog to listen to you more and ignore you less, start by auditing what you're actually asking them to do. Let's dive into that a little bit. For example, your dog is across the house or even in the backyard and you say, "Dog, come." And then your dog ignores you. They go, "Nah, I don't think I'm gonna come today because this rabbit poop over here is more interesting," or the squirrel or the bird or the deer, whatever. Well, the first thing is, after your dog didn't come to you, you have to ask yourself, how's your recall? Secondly, how much time have you spent on recall? I want my dog to do something. Well, okay, that's something. How much time have you spent on it? And you have to remember that your dog is off leash. How much off leash work have you done with this dog? Right? So those are 3 things right there. You have to remind yourself. And as a professional, these are things that I deal with every single day and really help people understand, oh, that's why my dog's not listening. Dog owners don't look at it like this. They just think that their dog is ignoring them. And they say, how do I get my dog to come to me? Well, think about those 3 things first. And maybe they are ignoring you. Like maybe they're just like, no, I know what you're saying, but I don't want to. But the idea, guys, is understanding that you must be sure that they know what you're asking first. If they're ignoring you, then that means they know what you want. Here's how to fix that. So put your long line on your dog in the house. Tell your dog to come. And if they turn around and flip you off, you pop the collar with your long line. You got to get their attention. The moment your dog comes running to you, verbally reward them in the motion. Then maybe hold off on giving them food at that moment because they did actually ignore you and you had to correct them. Now, the next time they should come when you say come. And then they get the jackpot of the No Bad Dog Nubs, which is my 100% organic grass-fed beef liver. The reason why your dog ignored you in this common problem of recall is because you asked your dog to do something that they probably just weren't prepared for, right? So maybe they don't know the behavior or they're not set up for success. So dog owners ask their dog to do something and they're not good at it and immediately say, oh, my dog's ignoring me. They aren't ignoring you. How are they ignoring you if they don't know how to do it? The next common mistake dog owners make to get their dogs to ignore them is they take the leash off too early, right? Your leash is literally your guideline. It's kind of your training wheels. It's your bumper when you're bowling. It's your ability to keep your dog in a really successful position, especially when they're learning new things. If you put your leash on your dog inside the house and even outside the house, it helps you communicate without throwing words out there and hoping and praying things work out for the better. It gives you the ability to have a pulse and connection with your dog. If you guys love dog training like me and you want to learn as much as you possibly can and you like this video, you can watch this uncut video plus all the other uncut videos that I've done in the past on the Tom Davis Online Academy. Plus, I go live every single week answering your dog training questions. All of the information and to join is listed in the link below. The next thing on my list of why your dog ignores you is because you're boring. There, I said it. When you want better engagement with your dog and you want more attention, you have to be fun. You're competing with everything, the smells and what your dog hears and what your dog sees. Yes, your dog should listen to you no matter what, but you should also give your dog a reason to listen to you. And most people don't have a level 3 competitive obedience. And yes, your dog should listen to you like my dogs do at that point, but you should make training fun. You should make them working with you fun, especially in the beginning. It's like, man, my dog's ignoring me, Tom. I don't understand. Because you're boring. A lot of people watching this video might have a scenario where their dog ignores them completely, but only when you are demanding and yelling things for them to do. That means like, dog, come. I'm not gonna, no dog is gonna come running to that. That is not fun and exciting at all. Versus tucking your body down and animating yourself and inviting your dog into your world. So guys, don't be so uptight. These are common things that dog owners do all the time to get your dog to ignore you the fastest. And now the other main reason dogs ignore you is because you let them ignore you. You give them an opportunity to ignore you. Just like we talked about in the beginning with telling the dog to come inside or outside of the house. But let's say your dog is kind of stubborn or maybe pushy, AKA my burly, or maybe has selective hearing is what I like to call it, which means, well, maybe I'll come, maybe I won't. What do you got for me? Let me paint you a picture here on that. You tell your dog to leave it. You can have that. That's my dinner, not yours. They know leave it. You've worked on leave it. They understand it completely. At this very moment, you have done all the right things. You taught the dog to leave it. You worked on it for weeks. Now it's ready to apply it. You have steak dinner down, your dog comes up, that looks good, leave it. Now let's face it, dogs are animals, and animals are sometimes opportunistic jerks. So what can you do? What can you do in this scenario where you're kind of battling with your dog to not take your dinner? You have to hold your dog accountable. You have to tell them that this is unacceptable. Now, how do you, so people are like, yeah, no crap. If my kid does something like grab a knife or punch somebody in the face, how do we speak dog, right? Well, first of all, put your dog on the leash and start testing them on the leave it. So go back to square one. Start testing them on the things you didn't want them to have in the first place with the leash on. Put the steak dinner down, put your leash on. Guys, if your dog knows the behavior and flips you off, this is not okay. You have to hold them accountable, not only for your dog's safety, I don't want you to have this because it's not yours, but it's also detrimental to your relationship. The moment your dog realizes that they do not have to listen to you, it's not an actual thing, that's the exact moment your relationship starts to completely spiral out of control. And I'm telling you this from all the reactive dogs I've worked with, this is the thing that they're missing the most. If you don't believe me, literally look at all of my videos. I have documented 4K footage over and over again. Not that you don't believe me, but it's important you understand. I'm telling you this because I want you to be successful with your dog. Having some actionable accountability that your dog actually cares about is the answer to this under these circumstances. So don't be a doormat. Don't make it an option for your dog to listen to you. That is dangerous. And in my opinion, it's unethical to just allow your dog to ignore you. Now, this could be the only reason on the list that your dog needs to change everything. A quick little correction and holding your dog accountable for eating your steak dinner or jumping on people or not coming back when called. And also, as a quick reminder, don't have a full-blown conversation with your dog during this process. Please, for the love of God, the more you throw at your dog that they don't know, the further and further away you get from success with your dog. You have probably heard me say that before, but please stop having conversations with your dog. And this is because so many people absolutely destroy their relationship with their dogs because of these conversations, right? It's an awful thing to do. It makes us feel good because we're nervous and maybe we're insecure in the situation, right? So instead of saying, hey, this is my food, not your food, get your drooly, slobbery lips out of here, your little drool bubbles need to be gone. I want you to go lay on your bed and have your toy because I got you that toy because tonight we're eating dinner with our family and you're not invited to this family dinner because you're a dog and there's No, please don't do that because you have to understand that when we're commanding our dogs to do something, for an example, sit, good, down, good, place, good. These are one-word things that we teach the dog before we ask them to do it, right? Go to your place. They don't know what that is. You spend 2 weeks on teaching the place and then getting some distance on it so you can send your dog away at any point in time in your life with your dog at any circumstances, anywhere in your house. Great. Now you can't eat dinner. Now you're throwing 35 commands at them a minute and they're trying to figure out and decipher. I haven't learned any of these things. We worked on place, buddy. I don't understand what you're saying. And it's common. It's okay for your dog to come up and say, that smells great. Can I have some? But here's what you do. Place. They go to their bed. Down. You put them into a down. You tell them to stay. Done. 3 words, not 30. Less is more with these guys. I'm telling you right now. These are the exact reasons why dogs ignore you. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Happy training, and we'll talk to you next time.